afternoon. A little bit of a late start on my back step today, but that's okay. It's a gorgeous day out. I just have to stay a bit close to home. There's a few little birdies up going around. I may be bugging those. I'm going to open this up today. It's not very windy. So I'm going to open that all the way up now. My water collection bin and the bucket have filled up quite considerably. I got this for something for after, I'll show you. But I've also got all of these, look. Little rocks. I'll pick out some of that stuff as it goes. Now, of course, this one gotta go on a knot on me. There we go. Now, because of the time of day it is, it's actually pretty late. So, the first thing I'm actually going to do is get something to eat. This is a 4-kilogram container. I don't know how many liters it holds. But it holds enough water to put out my fire. That's why I have this, because now I have my container of water out here. I can just scoop up water and use it. I'm also going to turn this into a watering can for my little garden, which is what I'm out here today to work on. However, that being said, first things first, I want some dinner. So this episode is actually going to be a little backwards. I'm going to come out, make my fire, have some dinner, then do some work on stuff. That sounds good, what? First thing I'm going to do is I am going to fill this up and have it here just in case. I always think safety around fire, guys. Just look at how clear that rainwater is. Isn't that something? Lots of water. Let's get to work on some of this fire prep. I have a few new things to show you guys today. I think I might have talked about them. I don't know if I actually talked about it or not. There's a couple of new things I got for my my back step and my adventures. One of which I will be using right away once I get some of this stuff snapped up. Just snapping them up. Nice and dry. Burn in no time. I still got my, you can't see it, I've still got my little pile of wood here, and there should be enough in there for what I want to do. And like I said, I want to have my food first because it is dinner time. I am hungry. I didn't have dinner before I come out here. So I'm just going to get some fire prep ready. And then I'll show you guys one of the new things that I got. This is something that was given to me for my birthday by my wife. These are little fire starting pucks. I've never used them. I don't know how good they'll burn or whatnot. I'm going to try. Can I break one? They're very hard to break. I'm just going to try one and see. I'm going to use a lighter. I'm not going to use a striker on it. I don't think it'll take a spark. I think these actually, it's like the other ones I had. I think it actually has to have the flame in order to ignite. Like that dust. Remember the dust in my other video when I was out at the camp? You guys all know possibilities are endless out on my back step. There's always room for failure. Oh, it lit on fire okay. Seems to be burning pretty good. There was a bit of a funny smell out of it though. It's definitely doing what it's supposed to do, which is burn. Yep, so that little disc worked out pretty good. It's definitely doing what it's supposed to do. I'm just feeding some speakers. Look at this. I'm just feeding some bigger stuff in there now so I can get my food going. As for my food, butter, which is butter. I have it's frozen steak. I have an onion and a potato. That's my food. Let's see if I can hang this up over there and let it thaw out a little bit while I'm burning the fire down. Hey guys, what's that going on here? Oh, I don't want to turn no more. That'll catch some heat up there. Of course, I got my cup, my tea stuff. I'm going to make a cup of tea today. Let me show you what else I got. Like I said, I may have mentioned this already, but I'm not sure. If I did, it's not like it's a big, huge deal. It's not an international secret or nothing. I have a new, bigger mess kit. I'm going to use a couple of things out of here today. Let's have a look at it, shall we? Now I added my little wooden spatula to it. I knew need to get a spatula for in here. But for the moment, this is what I got. You guys see okay? So in here, we have got the big pot, which I'm probably not going to use today. The frying pan, which I am going to use today because this is what I'm going to be cooking in. Which is very nice in my opinion. I did take some things out of here. There was 4 cups this size. They're literally a cup. There's 4 each. Of a folding spoon and a folding fork. Which is, in my opinion, these are nice little things to have. Especially since how when I got out on my last video, I did not have a fork or spoon. The other thing I'm going to be using today, it has a kettle. An actual kettle does. Yeah, I'm not just going to be using my pot to cook now and to boil my water. I can have my kettle on and my pot. Also, it came with, I left 2 in here, but it came with 4 plates and a cloth for washing and drying. This seems like it's like a microfiber cloth, so it should be good for actually both washing and drying. And of course, the big boiler, which I wanted for down in my camps because there's things I want to do. Like one day I want to go down, I want to make a pot of soup or something, and then I'll have it there for the entire day. Fire's getting smoky. The big pieces are not burning as good. Just what I needed. That'll burn. Can't be my back step without a smoke out at least once, what? Well, that's a bit better. Now, in the meantime, ashes everywhere now. While I'm burning this down, I was able to acquire me a bunch of square buckets now. Don't really need the lids, but these are what I'm going to be filling up with dirt and planting some of my stuff that grows up. Like, I'm going to put my peas in there. Like I said, guys, this might not even work, but it might not. It's all trial and error. I might need bigger containers for everything. But for the moment, I'm going to try these, because what I might be able to do with these at some point along the way is for some of my stuff, I might be able to get these to hang on the rail, which will free up some of my lower stuff. But they do need holes, because if not, it's just going to turn into a bucket of soup. This sucks. It bends backwards and everything. Now I've got holes in all of my buckets. Some people might say that's a very bad thing. If all your buckets are holy. But for my purposes, it's a very good thing. Now I'm going to do this cover. See how it works with just a few holes. See that? Works perfectly. I can even use it like that, putting out the fire. Something so simple, right? I mean, like, yeah, I could have went and bought a little watering can, but why? I got these containers kicking around. I've kept them specifically to use for bushcraft stuff. So why wouldn't I? I'm getting warm here though, sitting next to this fire. But why wouldn't I make something out of them and repurpose them? Which is why I kept them. Fire is going fabulously. I don't really need to burn my grill off because I got a frying pan to cook in. I'm going to put on a bit of wood there now. Let that burn down, and I'm going to try out my new kettle. Make myself a cup of tea, or hot chocolate, or tea, or hot chocolate. No, I think I'm going to make a cup of tea. Sounds like playing, guys. I'll get back with you in a little bit. That holds a good amount of water. That's at least half of my canteen. Keep the handle away from the flames, it's the big thing. This would be great on a little jet boil around my Coleman stove. On my little, on my propane stove would be ideal for this. Or I could just let the fire burn down the coals the way I should, right? Well, you all knows me, I'm a little bit too impatient for that. Now, my steak seems to be thawing out okay up there. I didn't see my spork right off the bat, but I got these, so let's use these. Shall we? We shall. Now what I'm going to do is get my other stuff ready while I'm waiting. Frying pan. Need my knife. Gonna need my butter. Gonna need the cover to put on when I'm done, but that's when I'm done. The flames have died down around my kettle. I'll fix that now in a minute. A little rainwater wash. Still a bit frozen, but I'll manage. It's a nice piece of strip loin steak. Now I'm in a real mess. Towels comes in handy. It's only beef, so it's not so bad. Some people cringe at raw meats. Trust me, you've got nothing to worry about with beef. You could eat it raw, it won't hurt you. Cover on this for a second. Oh, that's empty. Gosh. Okay. Give it a generous amount of salt and pepper. Just because I'm missing a few spices that I would normally have in it. And a slice of my onion and garlic. I'll refill that. steam coming out of that then? I may need to feed fire in a little bit. That's okay. Kettle's almost boiled. I can hear it bubbling just a little tiny bit. You can see some steam starting to come out of it too. That's fantastic. Wonder how hot. Not very hot if I leaves it on the ground, is it? Just saying, I wonder how hot my spoon is going to get if I leaves it in there. I'm better off not leaving it in there anyway, what guys? It's right in the bottom. It's coming along rather nicely. It's very hot. Look at this. I'll let that burn down now so this simmers more than boils. Yeah, so like I said guys, this video is a little bit backwards because normally I'd come out and I'd do all my work first and then I'd light a fire, cook something to eat. I don't need my fire for warmth, so what I can do after I eat now, I can just let it burn out. I don't have to keep adding anything to it, and it'll be a good time for my fire pit to actually clean itself out, because it will burn up a lot of the ash and a lot of the stuff that's left over from previous burns. That smells so good, guys. Oh man, that tea is so hot. Putting the cover on keeps the heat in it too. Now normally, for this, I would add, which I kind of forgot to take, and I didn't know I was making this actually until I just started making it, but normally I would add Worcestershire sauce, and perhaps a little soy sauce. It's going to be good and tasty though, because I had some extra salt and pepper added to it. The potatoes are going to eat up the salt. Starchy potatoes, starchy stuff loves to eat up salt, so. This cook set that I have now, this here with the big pot, that'll allow me to make some different stuff while I'm out. Stuff like this, meat and potatoes that I really enjoy eating. I want to share with you guys, but it's hard to do it in my little pot because the little pot doesn't have the space needed to do this. Now if there was more than me, obviously I have more than the one steak should be enough, but I'd have more than one potato because that's the filler in the meal. And then I'd probably use the big pot and hang it over a fire and let it simmer out that way. But either way you look at it, this is going to be one very tasty meal. And this is one very good cup of tea. I'm very impressed with the kettle. Like I said, it's better to not have the handle in the fire because that handle will just burn off. Which is fine if it do. If it does, I got my gloves there for picking stuff up like that anyway. But I'd rather try to keep it on there if I can. Now the flames are burnt down, look. But it's still bubbling away. Move that in and let it simmer. So I've been noticing. A lot of you guys out there got these little tin cups. I don't know where you got them. I know where mine came from. My mom gave them to me. But I don't know where she got them. She got a set of 4. Now, if you guys have lids for them or whatnot, I love my little tin cup. I broke one when I was out camping because it's covered in enamel, and I think I hit it when I was washing it out. Hit it on a rock and it chipped it. It was very sharp. Sliced my finger open really bad and everything. So I'm down to 3, which is fine. But I do love my little blue tin cups. I'm really hoping my vegetables come out good. I might have to till that soil in the big container another little bit because I'm going to put my carrots and turnip in there. I'm going to do probably 3 turnips and maybe a half a dozen carrots. Because there's not that much space in that big tub. But I need the depth for the carrot and the turnip because they grow down in the ground. Everything else I got grows up. I got broccoli, I got cauliflower, I got peas, I got carrots, and I got turnips. I had it all worked out for the buckets, but I forget what I had worked out, so I'll just do it as I'm doing it. The only thing I gotta make sure of is I have the peas somewhere where they can climb, because they're gonna need something to climb on. I might use a couple of these thin sticks that I got. These here, and tie them to the containers or something when it starts growing, so that my peas got something to climb up on. They are climbing length. Oh guys, that didn't take long at all to cook. That's done. What I do have to do now is take it off. Let me show you. It's almost like a soup, a meat and potato soup. Just a little bit of onion, some spices. Can you see it okay, or is it too steamy? So what I am going to do now is just take it off and let it sit for a few minutes. Try to fix that. That seems like it's on an angle. There we go. That's better. That's better. Well, what I am going to do is I'm going to throw the rest of my water back in my kettle. And I'm going to put my kettle back on. And let that heat up. So I got it for my cleanup. Because I'm going to have to do my cleanup before I do anything else. That's for normal, right? My stickers as usual. Nice to see some of you guys really enjoying the stickers I sent you. Don't forget about my giveaway coming up when I hit 250. Look at that. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce would have helped, but it's very tasty. And you know, even with the one potato in here and the meat, I still say it's enough for two. It's hot. It's very hot. Onions. You can add whatever you want to it. I just like it just like this. So guys, I'm gonna go and enjoy this. I'll get back with you in a little bit. I ate every bit. Now that was a very good meal. I am gonna... Oh, excuse me. I'm just gonna rinse this a little bit first. Apparently somebody's mad. I don't know if you heard that or not. Screaming out. Tea is almost gone too. That was a fine meal, guys. Get cleaned up now and start digging some dirt. I need to fill up these little buckets. I'm going to try to fill them right to the top, I think that'll be better for the plants. The more dirt that they got, the better. Right? And like I said, this is all trial and error, guys. I might not even get anything to grow here. That'd be funny. Plants all the seeds, does all this work, and nothing grows. That'd be hilarious. But I know people that have done stuff in containers like this before, and it's worked out pretty good, so. And it's nice having the container of water there as a backup for if anything happens with my fire, for starters, and if we have a dry spell. It'll take a long time for that to evaporate. A lot longer than it does to take it for it to fill up. And I might go and get another one and put there to collect more water, so I've got double the amount of water being collected. Or even a third one. Because it's getting a lot of runoff from the roof. So it's not really good for drinking, though you could if you had to. But it's good for watering my plants and putting out my fire. I could even use it for washing my stuff. You've seen how clear it is. It's like, it is just as clear as if you took it out of the tap. It's probably actually better for you than what's coming out of the tap. Even though it's runoff. Rough runoff, which is, I don't think is a bad thing really. Runoff shingles, I don't know if that makes any difference to the water. It's not like it's fresh tar or anything on the roof. Okay, clean up time, guys. I've already got out a little towel, because I've been using one. Got me a little bit of soap. Water should be hot enough. As you can see, the water is really hot. Am I even recording? Yep, okay. Hard to see my screen in the light. You can see the water is really hot. Probably too hot for my hands, is it? It's really hot. Let's add a bit of cold. I'm not going to use my new microfiber cloth. I'm just going to use this one. Now I normally don't have to wash this, but I dropped it down into dirt mashes, so it needs a wash this time. There's usually only steam on it. Not today. There we go, now it's only the kettle. Drain the kettle. Sure it's not on the bottom of my pot. Well, look at that now, would you? You know what that means? There's a screw in the bottom of my kettle. First time using it. Little screw came out. Not major, but something to keep an eye on. Snug it up a bit now. There we go. Okay guys, I'm just going to get this put away, and I'm going to start to get ready. Then I'm going to start to get ready, and I'm going to go out there and dig up some more dirt. So I'll get back with you when I'm ready to go out there. Alright, I got my dirt gloves, I'll call them. These are gardening gloves with grip. They're great for digging in the dirt because it has all this rubberized stuff on so it doesn't get on your hands. I got my shovel again. This thing is still, I got nothing bad to say about it. And of course, I got my stack of buckets to fill. I may end up taking this off. Let's see. So nice out, it's a good day for this. As you can see, it's going to take a little while. I got dirt. I'm gonna give this a wash in the bucket first. That's some cold. It's good enough. Water's not so clean anymore. Now, start getting these guys planted. I'm going to start with the big one first. I'll show you the seeds I got. I got peas, I got turnip, I got green onion, scallions, cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots. So I need the carrots and I need the turnip first. These guys are going to go in here. Like I said, I used to garden. I don't know if you call it gardening. Probably call it farming. I used to farm years ago. I'm only gonna get 1, 2, maybe 3. Try 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because they're supposed to be 2 to 4 inches apart, so that's that. Glove goes on, glove comes off. Glove goes on, glove comes off. These are only tiny seeds. Ooh, there's a lot of them too. So it would be nice if I had a really big spot and I could plant the whole package, but I don't. There's some turnips. Carrots. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 carrots. Anybody want 9 carrot dimes? You're lucky. Again, these are super tiny. That's that. Oh. Now it doesn't say the water on my way, but I'm gonna give them a little drink. Just because I'm good like that. Now I've got all of these to deal with. So I'm just going to go and start setting these, and I'll get back with you and show you the way I lays them out. These 2 are cauliflower, those 2 are broccolis, those 3 are onions, and those 2 are peas. Hopefully you heard all that. So what I'm planning is, I think I'm going to let the peas grow up the railing of the the step there, and they'll fill that in. I might still have to put a couple of sticks or something there for them to cling on to, but it should be fine. No worse for the wear. Shovel is drying out pretty good. A little bit of dirt on the step, but nothing major. My little watering can works good, which is great. And my fire is... there's no heat coming up out of it now, so it's out, I'd say. I'm going to still douse it with a little bit of water when I'm ready to go in. But before I'm ready to go in, you guys know what time it is now. It's time to crack one open. Here's to a successful season on my plants. I hope they all grow. Like I said, this is the first time for me. I literally only put one seed per hole. They might not all germinate. I'm hoping they will, but chances are they won't. So, for my cauliflower, there's only one per bucket because a cauliflower grows something like a cabbage, grows pretty big. So there's only one per bucket. So if they don't germinate, that's a waste of a bucket. I'll just put a turnip or something in it afterwards, because a turnip will grow even halfway through the season. I should be able to pick my turnips and plant new ones. So the package says. Whether or not they grow, that's another thing. But we're into the time of the year now where it's nice enough that I can plant them and leave them. Which is great, because now it's going to take, I think, it says 7 to 10 days for the cauliflower to sprout. 12 to 14 days for the onions. It does not tell me how long for the peas. It just says harvest in 65 days. Seven to 10 on the broccoli too. I think the turnips and the carrots are usually around 7 to 14 days, somewhere around there. So within 2 weeks I should start seeing life in those containers. Not weeds. Grows a whole bunch of weeds, it'll be another story, what? But that's it. I'm going to sit back now and have my Smirnoff and relax in the shade. I did enjoy out in the sun. I made my steps a little bigger, most of them anyway. Found a few nails and stuff like that, got some more big rocks. Might rebuild my fire pit with some of those rocks that I found, I might not. We'll see. Who knows what's going to happen on my back step, what? Here's to the garden, guys. May it grow. May it grow big. Well, I'll take this opportunity to say like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to enter into my 250 giveaway once it comes around. I have been climbing up and going down, climbing up and going down, but it's still on the climb. I am after going up a few subscriptions, so that's great. Guys, if you're just watching, you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. Just hit the button, especially if you're just watching anyway. It'll all help the channel. I leave my email in my description all the time if anyone needs or wants to reach out to me. Yeah, that's about it. But as soon as we hit that 250 mark, guys, I'm going to do my giveaway on my canteen that I showed you guys. So, it's all good. I know it's not a major prize, but it's something. Okay, guys, have a great day. Always remember to be safe and have fun. Until next time.